Every year, millions of tons of waste find their way into our oceans, air, and cities. But do you know which countries are contributing the most to this crisis? Today, we're uncovering the stark reality of global pollution, a crisis impacting human health and our planet's delicate ecosystems. We've assessed countries based on air and water pollution levels, effectiveness of waste management systems, and adherence to environmental regulations. These factors help pinpoint where urgent action is needed the most. Let's dive into the list of the 10 most polluted countries on Earth and see who tops this unfortunate chart. Starting with the 5th position, making our way to the most polluted country. In the 5th spot, we find Indonesia, a nation grappling with severe environmental challenges. The archipelago's lush rainforests are under threat due to rampant deforestation, driven by the demand for palm oil and timber. This deforestation not only disrupts habitats but also contributes to significant air pollution. Furthermore, Indonesia's extensive coastline suffers from marine pollution, exacerbated by plastic waste that not only affects marine life but also impacts the numerous communities relying on these waters. Moving west to Nigeria, this country faces dire pollution largely due to oil spills and industrial waste. Nigeria, one of the largest oil producers in Africa, experiences frequent oil spills that devastate both the environment and local communities. These spills contaminate water bodies, affecting both aquatic life and human health. Additionally, urban areas in Nigeria struggle with air pollution generated from industrial activities and inadequate waste disposal systems, leading to severe public health crises. Next, we travel to Pakistan, where urban air pollution and waste management pose significant challenges. Cities like Lahore and Karachi are often shrouded in smog, primarily due to vehicle emissions and industrial discharges. The situation is compounded by the country's struggle with effective waste management, where much of the refuse ends up in landfills or worse, in the streets, contributing further to the pollution problem. Heading to China, rapid industrialization has catapulted it to the forefront of global economic growth, but at a considerable environmental cost. Major cities are often enveloped in hazardous air pollution, primarily from factories and an increasing number of vehicles. Water pollution further complicates the scenario, with industrial waste and agricultural runoff severely affecting the country's rivers and lakes. Finally, at the top of our list is India, battling extreme pollution on multiple fronts. Air quality in cities like New Delhi reaches hazardous levels frequently, primarily due to vehicle emissions and industrial activities. Water pollution is equally alarming, with major rivers contaminated by sewage and industrial waste. The challenge extends to waste management, where infrastructure struggles to keep up with the vast amounts of waste generated. These countries face monumental environmental challenges. But what about the rest of the top 10? Continuing our countdown, these countries also struggle significantly with environmental pollution. Let's head to the vast expanses of Russia. Here, the issue isn't just about the sheer size of the country, but also about its intensive industrial activities. Russia, with its abundant natural resources, faces significant environmental challenges. Regions like Siberia are particularly affected, where oil spills and mining operations disrupt the pristine Arctic environment. The air quality in major cities suffers due to emissions from heavy industries and vehicular pollution, making it a tough battle against environmental degradation. Traveling to South America, Brazil's situation paints a troubling picture of ecological loss. The Amazon, often referred to as the Earth's lungs, is shrinking at an alarming rate due to rampant deforestation. This deforestation is primarily driven by the need to clear land for agriculture and cattle ranching. Additionally, pollution from mining activities further compounds the environmental crisis, leading to severe consequences not only for biodiversity, but also for indigenous communities who depend on these forests for their livelihood. Next, we move to Ghana, which has become a hotspot for electronic waste. Ports like Accra have turned into dumping grounds for the world's e-waste, leading to severe soil and water contamination. The processing of this waste, often done improperly, releases toxic chemicals into the environment, affecting the health of local populations. Ghana also grapples with pollution from its burgeoning industrial and mining sectors, which adds to its environmental woes. In Southeast Asia, the Philippines faces its own set of challenges. The country struggles with widespread industrial pollution and inadequate waste management systems. The degradation of its natural resources, including deforestation and marine pollution, poses a threat to its rich biodiversity and the health of its populous urban areas. Finally, Bangladesh, with its high population density, confronts critical issues related to waste management. Urban areas are particularly affected, where the infrastructure struggles to keep up with the waste generated by millions of inhabitants. Water pollution remains a persistent challenge, affecting both human health and the aquatic ecosystems. While these countries round out our top 10, the impact of their pollution is felt worldwide. The pollution in these countries doesn't just affect their own citizens, it has global repercussions. Pollution, a relentless traveler, knows no boundaries. Smoke from industrial cities can drift across continents. Plastic waste can journey from one shore to another, and water pollution can flow downstream into neighboring countries. This transboundary nature of pollution means that environmental issues in one corner of the world can have ripple effects globally, impacting air quality, water safety, and ecosystems far beyond their origins. In response to these challenges, several countries on our list are stepping up their game. For instance, India has initiated multiple green projects, focusing on increasing solar power capacity and improving waste management systems. China, too, is making strides with its air quality improvement programs and stringent environmental policies aimed at reducing industrial emissions. Brazil has been working on reforestation initiatives to restore the Amazon, understanding that these lungs of the earth are crucial not just for Brazil, but for the whole planet. Meanwhile, initiatives in Nigeria are increasingly focusing on better oil spill management and promoting cleaner industrial practices. These efforts underline a crucial point. The rankings of the dirtiest countries are not set in stone. They are dynamic, influenced by the policies adopted and the commitment shown towards environmental management. As countries innovate and implement effective environmental policies, they can significantly alter their positions on this list. Change is possible, and some countries are already showing promising improvements. As we've seen, pollution is a complex and pervasive issue that knows no borders. From the dense smog in India's cities to the oil-soaked waters of Nigeria, the environmental challenges are as diverse as the countries themselves. Each of these nations, whether it's China with its industrial haze or the e-waste struggles in Ghana, faces unique obstacles that contribute to the degradation of our shared planet. Yet what stands out across all these examples is not just the severity of pollution, but also the common factors that exacerbate it. Rapid industrialization, inadequate waste management systems, and a lack of stringent environmental regulations. In places like Bangladesh and Pakistan, high population densities stress already overburdened systems, while in Indonesia and Brazil, natural resource exploitation leads to wide-scale environmental degradation. This global snapshot isn't just a catalog of despair, but a call to action. The problems, though monumental, are not insurmountable. The very fact that these issues are now recognized and ranked is a step towards addressing them. Awareness is the precursor to action. As global citizens, understanding the scale and specifics of these environmental challenges is crucial in advocating for and implementing changes that can alter the course of our environmental future. Consider the impact of local actions, like supporting sustainable products or participating in community cleanup efforts. These initiatives contribute to a larger global movement towards sustainability. On a broader scale, supporting policies that enforce stricter environmental regulations and promote green technologies is vital. Every individual effort adds up, creating a ripple effect that can influence national and international policies. The journey towards a less polluted world is fraught with challenges, but it is also laden with opportunities. Opportunities for innovation, for policy change, and for each person to contribute positively. The narrative of pollution can be rewritten, and it starts with collective responsibility and proactive engagement. Each step towards reducing pollution helps us all. Let's be part of the solution, not the pollution.